You can see the team comparisons. The Yankees are 39-14. They've struck out 243 batters, walked 152, given up 81 doubles and 18 triples. California's 24-30. They've struck out 219 batters, walked 171, given up 69 doubles and 23 triples. And Mickey Rivers will start off batting .250 for the Yankees with 5 homers and 25 RBIs. Frank Tanana, this is his 13th start. He's 6-5 with a 2.44 ERA. And here's the pitch to make. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Langsford. He fields it, throws over to Jackson for out number 1. And that brings up Willie Randolph, batting .274 in the year with a homer and 21 RBI. And against the lefty, it'll be a 7. And that's going to be a base hit. Willie gets aboard here with a single. So Randolph's down at first. 1 out and Munson at the plate. And that'll be a 30 for him to steal. He's going to take off. And that'll be a 56 or lower. And they throw him out. Brian Downing throws Willie out. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on. And here's the pitch to Munson. And of course, that's probably going to be a base hit at 6. And yep, of course you get a base hit right after the caught stealing. So Munson gets a hit. And now you got a runner on at first and 2 out for Reggie Jackson. And Reggie's batting .324 with 18 homers and 39 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Frank strikes him out. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 1. Yankees nothing. Angels coming to the plate. You got Landreau, Grich, and Bostock due up. Ken's batting .192. No homers and 2 RBIs. And Ed Figueroa, this is his 12th start. He's 9-1 with a 2.59 ERA. And here's the pitch to Ken. And he gets a hold of this one. See where this one's going to go, folks. And that ball is drilled out into left field. Pinella gets by him, and that's going to roll to the wall. And Ken Landreau's got himself a leadoff triple, folks. Yankees, they're going to bring the infield in, try to stop this run. So you got a runner down at third and nobody out. And Bobby Grich is up batting .245 with 4 homers and 15 RBI. And that's going to be a pop-up. Let's see where. 8, 10, 15, 24, 32, 36. That will be a pop-up down the third base. Nettles makes the play. And there's 1 down. They're going to keep the infield in for Bostock. And Bostock's batting .327 on the year with no homers and 14 RBI. And that's going to be that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Lou does not have a great arm out there. Let's see if I'm right. That might not be. Just hold on a second. Is it a fly ball out to left field? 8, 10, 15, 24, 32. Yep, it's out to left field. And it is a .35, right? 35. Field of 43. 64. So a 65 or a 66 is the only way to get him out. And they get him out. Lou Pinella with a nice throw. Throws him out at the plate and keeps this a 1 a nothing ball game, folks. How about that? Lou Piniella throws him out a 65 or a 66. They roll a 65. And Lou throws the runner out at the plate, and that ends the inning. We go to the top of the second, nothing. And speaking of Lou, he's going to lead it off here after throwing the runner out, followed by Chambliss and Nettles. Piniella's batting .342 on the year with 3 homers and 26 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. Piniella, where's he going to deposit this one at? He's having a hell of a game. That ball is high. That ball is far off the wall. Rolls around. Rudy can't get to it. And Piniella's got himself a lead-off triple. How about that? Now the Yankees got a runner 90 feet away to take the lead. And the Angels are going to bring the infield in. And you got Chambliss at the plate batting .251 with 2 homers and 30 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Chris. And that's going to be a ground ball through the drawn-in infield. That gets by Bobby Grich in the right field, and that's going to drive in a run, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. And now you got Greg Nettles at the plate with Chambliss at first, and Philip Reynolds joins us here. Check out his great channel. Nettles is batting .294. He's got 12 homers and 36 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 43 and a 2. 43 and a 2. Column number 2. And a 39. So a rare play. Reroll the dice here. 39. That's a 33. 39. That is hit out the right field. And he's out there. Ken Landreau is 52 and a 2. 52 and a 2. It's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a single. Runner scores and batter gets the second on throwing error. So that's going to be a single. There's going to be an E7. The runner's going to score. And the batter's going to get down to second. Is that what I said? Yep, and the batter gets down to second. So a costly error by Ken Landreau throws that ball away. And now you got a runner at second. Still nobody out in a 2-0 ball game. And Heathcliff comes up. Cliff Johnson. And Cliff batting .168. He does have 3 homers and 7 RBIs. Can he keep this merry-go-round going? And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll get the runner over to third. So now you got 1 down, a runner down at third, and Bucky Dent up. It's already a 2-0 game. They're bringing the infield in, trying to keep this run from scoring. Dent's batting .290 on the year. He's got a homer and 21 RBI. Excuse me, that's going to be a 23 and an 8. Fielding column 1. And with the infield in, that's going to be a single. In the right field, it gets through the drawn-in infield, and it is 3-0 New York. So Bucky Dent's down at first. 1 down, Mickey Rivers at the plate. 3-0 New York. And Mickey Rivers is 0 for 1 today. It is Cutter Historical joins us here. Check out his great channel. And Mickey Rivers with the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rudy and left. And now there's 2 down. And now Willie Randolph's up. Randolph singled and got caught stealing back in the first. Here's the pitch to Willie. And he gets a hold of this one. Can he score Bucky Dent from first? And gets a 4-0 lead. That is going to be against the lefty, a 7. That's going to be a triple in the left field. Another triple, the third triple of the game, folks. And now it's 4-0 New York. And now you got Munson up with a runner down at third. And Thurman is 1-for-1. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be 6. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And the Yankees keep pounding it on here. That's 5 runs in this inning. Let's see if all 5 of them runs are earned. They had the air. Checking out here. See if all 5 of them's earned. Nope, only 3 of them's earned. So now you got Jackson up in a 5-0 ball game. Reggie's 0-for-1. He struck out his first time up against Tanana. And that's going to be a pop-up at home plate. And Brian takes the mask off, makes the catch, but the Yankees score 5. It's 5-0 New York as we head to the bottom of the second. Cool. Yeah, Legend said, Cutter Historical says he's finishing up his Legends League. And now you got Rudy due up here, and he'll be followed by Baylor and Jackson. And Rudy's batting .282 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball about to Figueroa. He picks it up, fires over to first, and there's 1 down. And now you got Don Baylor up. And Baylor's batting .213 on the year with 10 homers and 31 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Chambliss. He calls off Ed, takes it himself, and there's quickly 2 outs. That brings up Jackson. Jackson batting .262 on the year. He's got 3 homers and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Don't want to do that. Walk, guys. Make them earn it with a 5-run lead. Corey Langsford comes to the plate now with 2 outs and a runner on first, batting .283 with 5 homers and 23 RBI. And against the righty, that'll be a 19. That's going to be a fly ball out to Lou in left field, and that'll end the inning. The Angels strand 1 to the top of the third we go. 5-0 Yanks. And the man that started off the second inning is going to start off the third. Canella started that inning off with a triple and came around the score after throwing Kenny Langston out at the plate, if you remember. See, the Yankees are batting .278. You got a .333 on base percentage. They're slugging .435 and a .768 OPS. California's batting .260 on the year with a .324 on base, slugging .429 with an OPS of .753. Here's the pitch to Lewis. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Frank strikes him out this time for out number 1. And Chris Chambliss comes to the plate. And he had an RBI single his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Chambliss gets aboard with a 1-out walk. That's Frank's first walk of the game. That brings up Greg Nettles. He had an RBI single and went to second on an error. First time up, and that's going to be a ground ball down the chalk at short. Over to Gritch. Over to first. That's your old 6-4-3 double play. That ends the inning. Yankees 5. Angels nothing. Speaking of chalk, he'll lead off this inning, followed by Downey. And we're back to the top of the order, and Ken Landreau. Chalk is batting .233, no homers and 10 RBI. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Willie makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Brian Downey comes up. He's batting .271 on the year with 3 homers and 18 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third And Greg Nettles, one of the best fielding third basemen in the game, is going to make an error. That's an E5. Nettles can't field that one cleaning. Downing's aboard here with one out. And we're back to the top of the order. Ken Landreau started this game off with a triple, but Lou Piniella threw him out on a attempted sacrifice fly at the plate. Here's the pitch to Ken. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be popped out down the short. Bucky calls for it, and there's 2 outs. So it's up to Bobby Grich to keep this inning alive for the Angels. Bobby's 0 for 1 today. And not anymore. Bobby gets a hold of this one off of Ed. See where this one goes. And that ball is drilled in the right field. Jackson with a decent arm out there. That'll be a 4. 51. $29 or lower here. Let's see. 55 or lower. He saves the third, and he's in there. That's a single in the right field. The runner gets down to third. And that brings up Bostock now. First and third, 2 outs. Ed get out of this with nobody scoring. And Lehman's 0 for 1. He flew out. And that's when Ken got thrown out. So it was a fly out double play. And that's going to be against the righty of 14. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And 2 outs. That's pretty shallow. So that's going to be a 39. See if Bobby can get the third. 21. He's going to stop at second. No need getting thrown out, but that's an RBI single, and that makes it a 5-1 ball game. As Rudy comes to the plate now, first and second, 2 outs in a 5-1 game. Joe's 0 for 1 today, and that's going to be a ground ball down the short, and he'll go the short way to the second. That'll end the inning. But the Angels score 1 on the single by Bostock, making a 5-1 game as we go to the top of the 4th. You got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Yanks. Johnson, followed by Dent and Rivers. And Cliff Johnson, he is 0 for 1 today, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So a leadoff walk by Frank. See California's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here against the Yankees, and then they go on the road to take on Boston for 2 games, and then they head down to Baltimore. And now you got a runner down at first. Bucky Dent had an RBI single his first time up and came around to score. And we dropped the dice. And that's going to be against the lefty. As we knock the table. That'll be a 9. That's going to be a single. In the left field, Cliff Johnson with his speed's going to stop at second. So the first 2 batters are aboard here in the 4th. Yankees make some noise here. First and second, nobody out. We're back to the top of the order, and Mickey Rivers. Mickey's 0 for 2. And that's going to be against the lefty, 16. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Chalk calls for it, makes the catch. And there's 1 out. Now Randolph's up, and he is 2 for 2. He has a single and an RBI triple. He came around the score. Can Willie keep it up here as we drop the dice again? And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And with Johnson's speed, he's going to stay put. So now there's 1-2 down. And it's up to Thurman Munson, the captain, to deliver here. 2 down in a 5-1 ball game. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is blasted out into the outfield. We'll see where it lands. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Thurman Munson with a 3-run homer as this busted this game wide open. It's 8-1. And that's going to get the bullpen up. Frank Tanana is hurting, folks. Let's see here. They don't got much of a bullpen, do they? Only a 3-man bullpen. Sure. Let's see. I think he can pitch this game. That's a lefty too. He could pitch this game. That's probably what's going to happen. Yep. And that's going to be it for Frank. And they're going to bring in Ken Brett to pitch. George Brett's brother is going to come in here to pitch. Oh no, he's not. Hell, he just pitched. He's not coming in to pitch. So let's see here. We're not going to do that. We're not going to bring him in. Sure, they don't got much of a bullpen. That's terrible. Then you got 3 guys out there in that pen. Just 3 guys. Take a look here. Sorry about this. Just trying to think of who they should bring in. Like I say, only having three pitchers out in that bullpen. That's crazy. Crazy. So counting on these guys to go some distance. Tanana gets racked. Doesn't help any. Here's Miller. I guess they're going to bring Paul in. Let him eat up some innings here. So Paul's going to come in the game. Frank can't get out of the 4th inning. So Tanana comes out in the 4th in an 8-1 ball game. And Paul's going to try to eat up some innings here. 11th appearance. He's 0-1. He has one save with a 2.31 ERA. He'll be facing Jackson here with nobody on after the 3-run homer by Thurman. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be an 8 and a 9. And that's going to be popped up down the second. Now to win the inning, but the Yankees score 3 more on the 3-run homer by Munson and take an 8-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You got Baylor due up, followed by Jackson and Langsford. Baylor is 0-1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. And there's one down here in the 4th. And Jackson comes to the plate. And Jackson, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 18. That's going to be a nice play down there by Bucky Dent. He grabs it, fires over to first, and now there's 2 down. And Langsford's up. He's 0-1 today. And he gets a hold of this off of Ed. Where's this one going to go? And that's going to be a double in the right field. And the Angels got a 2-out runner down the scoring position. And an 8-1 game for Chalk. He just starts inching the way back here. Chalk is 0-1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. So all of a sudden here with 2 outs, the Angels making some noise. Brian Downing comes to the plate. He's 0-1, reached on an air. Around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. And he'll go the short way to the bag, take it himself. And that'll end the inning, folks. And the Angels strand 2. We get to the top of the 5th. It's 8-1 New York. And Lou Pinella's going to lead off this inning. He has led off the last 3 innings, if I'm correct. Let's see. The Yankees have batted around in 2 back-to-back innings, if I'm correct. Let's check it out here. I think Lou's led off the 3rd and the 4th, and now he's going to lead off the 5th. So he led off the third. He led off the 2nd and the 3rd. He didn't lead off the 4th. So I was wrong. So Pinella's up. He's 1-for-2 with a triple. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Gritch over to first. And there's 1 down. Now Chris Chambliss comes to the plate. He's 1-for-1. He has an RBI in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Joe and left. And there's 2 down. Nettles comes to the plate. And Nettles is 1-for-2 with an RBI. And that's another fly ball out to Rudy. And a 1-2-3 inning. And the Yankees go down in order. We get to the bottom of the 5th in an 8-1 game. Angels got the top of the order due up. Landreau, Gritch, and Bostock. Ken's 1-for-2 with a triple. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. He fires over to Chambliss, and there's 1 down. Bobby Gritch comes to the plate, and he's 1-for-2 today. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball again down to Willie. 2 ground balls to second, 2 quick outs. It's up to Bostock to do something here with 2 outs and nobody on in the 5th. And that's a ground ball. This one down to Bucky Dent. And the side's retired in order. To the top of the 6th we go. At the bottom part of the order due up here for the Yanks. Johnson, Dent, and then back to Rivers. And Johnson's 0-for-1. He did walk and came around the scores last time up. And he gets a hold of this, Cliff does. See where this one ends up at. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is out of here, folks. All Rudy can do is turn around and watch that one leave. And it's 9-1 New York, New York. Bucky down. And Bucky's 2 for 2. He has scored twice and has an RBI. And that'll be the first time they get Bucky out. That's popped up down the short. And there's one down here in the 6th. And Mickey Rivers comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He is grounded out, flown out, and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jackson. He'll take it unassisted to the bag. And now there's 2 down. And Willie Randolph comes up. He's 2 for 3 with a triple and an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bostock in center. And the Yankees score 1 on the Cliff Johnson homer and lead this game 9-1. You got Rudy due up here, followed by Baylor and Jackson. Rudy is 0 for 2. And that's a fly ball out to Mickey for out number 1. Now Don Baylor's up. Baylor's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's a fly ball out to Piniella. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 6th. And it's up to Jackson now with 2 outs, nobody on in a 9-1 game. He walked and grounded out this game 0 for 1. And against the righty, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Dent makes a nice play, takes a hit away from Jackson, and the Angels go down 1-2-3. To the top of the 7th we go. We got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here. Munson, Jackson, and Piniella. Thurman is 3 for 3 with a 3-run homer in this game, plus an RBI single. 4 RBIs on the game, and that's a fly ball out to center field. And that's the first time they got Munson out today. 1 down. And Reggie might be one of the only Yankees without a hit. Let's see here. He is 0 for 3. Him and Rivers are the only Yankees without a hit. So can Reggie get a hit here and join his teammates? Nope, that's a fly ball out to Ken Landreau in right. And there's 2 down. Here comes Sweet Lou Piniella up. And Lou's 1 for 3 with a triple. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Paul strikes him out. That's his first strikeout of the game. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 9-1 ball game. You got Langsford due up. Chalk and Downing the bottom third of the order. Langsford's 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 19. That's a fly ball out to Jackson and right. There's 1 down. And Chalk comes up. He's 0 for 1. He has popped up and walked his last time up. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Ed's first strikeout of the ball game, believe it or not. And now you got Brian Downing up. He's 0 for 2. He's reached on an error and came around to score the only run so far today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And that'll end the inning. Angels go down 1-2-3. That should be an unearned run for him. Yep, unearned run. And that's going to be it for Paul. And Miller's going to come in the game. No, the Roche is going to come in the game. So LaRoche comes in the game. This is his 13th appearance. He's 1-1 with no saves and a 2.18 ERA. He's got Chambliss, Nettles, and Johnson due up. Chris is 1 for 2 with an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rudy for out number 1. Greg Nettles comes up now 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's another fly ball out to Rudy. They might want to hit it somewhere else. 2 fly balls to left. 2 outs here in the 8th. Johnson 1 for 2 had that RBI homer his last time up. And that's another fly ball, and Rudy sets a record held by many, all 3 putouts in this inning. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, 9-1 New York. You got the top of the order due up here, Landreaux, Grich, and Bostock. Ken is 1 for 3 with a triple to start the game off with. That's a ground ball down to Nettles. That'll be out number 1. We're back to the Bobby Grich now. And Bobby Grich, he is 1 for 3. He has a single, one of the 4 hits of this game. That's going to be a ground ball down to Bucky Dent. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 8th. And Bostock comes up. He's 1 for 3. So the top 3 hitters all have 1 hit. Who's the other batter to have a hit? And that's old Langsford with the double. And Bostock's 1 for 3 with the RBI. And that's going to be against 16. And that's going to be popped up down the second. Willie calls for it. That's a rainmaker. Makes the catch. Angels go 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 9th. And you got Dent, Rivers, and Randolph due up. Bucky's having a nice game. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart, Chalk. He fires over to Jackson, and there's 1 down as Paul joins us. Check out Paul's channel, folks. FSC Sports Desk with Paul. He just did a weekly video. Check it out. And Mickey Rivers says him and Reggie are the only Yankees without a hit. Can Mickey get a hit in this game and join his teammates? He goes for 4. And that's going to be a base hit. Mickey doesn't. He gets aboard here with an infield chopper. Rivers is down at first. And do they want to add insult to injury? And Mickey's going to take off. He's not too happy here, so he's going to take off. Try to add insult to injury, get another stolen base. That'll be a 31. So a 61 or lower. And he's barely in there. And they're jumping up and down. First, they're not happy that he took off. And Brian thinks he threw him out. The umpire says safe. And the Yankees got a runner in scoring position here for Willie Randolph with 1 out. Willie's 2 for 4 with a triple and an RBI. And that's going to be a pop-up down the 3rd. And that'll be 2 outs. And now you need Thurman Munson to get aboard here to give Reggie a chance to get a hit. Munson is 3 for 4 with a 3-run homer. He also has an RBI single in the game. And that'll do it at the ground ball down the chalk. Over to first, and that ends the 9th. The Yankees strand 1. And Ed's trying to get a complete game here. A 9-1 lead. That was an unearned run. He's got the big boys coming up, Rudy, Baylor, and Jackson. And Rudy is 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. He fires over to first. And there's 1 down. Or did I put something right? Now Don Baylor comes up. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nettles. And the Angels are down to their last out in a 9-1 game. And Jackson's up. He's 0 for 2. He did walk. He just grounded out the Bucky both times. That's going to be a ground ball back to Ed. He takes his time, fires over to first, and that's your ball game, folks. The Yankees beat up the Yankees 9-1.